If you've ever read parts of the Old Testament and felt disturbed by the violence, especially stories where God seems to command the destruction of entire peoples, you're not alone. From our perspective in time, these stories can be hard to reconcile with a God of peace and justice. As Baha'is Under the Covenant, we believe that all the great religions of the world come from one source. Their scriptures were written by human hands, but under divine guidance. We believe the Bible is inspired. Even though it was written down by men, it contains both deep spiritual truths and important pieces of humanity's unfolding story. In ancient times, religion and survival were deeply connected. The world was harsh, and tribal warfare was common. The Bible's stories reflect that world, and although the idea of tribal warfare conflicts with modern sensibilities, who would argue that humanity is now entirely free of that impulse? The first 5 books of the Old Testament, called the Torah, includes the important allegory of the fall, which points to the ultimate causes of humanity's troubles. The Torah also contains the foundational covenant with Abraham, which sets the stage for our ultimate redemption in the coming of God's kingdom on earth. But we recognize that many of the laws and historical accounts, especially the priestly laws in Leviticus and the stories of war and conquest and calls for ethnic cleansing and even genocide, were written by scribes under the lesser covenant of Moses. While they reflect the realities of their time, they are not God's highest will, but only what could be understood and recorded back then. We honor the scriptures of the past, but we read them in context. The conquest stories, for example, marked a turning point away from idolatry and its often heinous practices, and toward God's covenant that would eventually lead to Christ. That covenant set the stage for the next, one of universal love, justice, and spiritual unity. In the Baha'i faith, the revelation for our day, there is no place for religious violence. Holy war, forced belief, and ethnic cleansing are completely forbidden. The highest expression of religion lifts the soul and brings people together through the choice of their own free will. To explore how God's kingdom is unfolding in our day, visit schooloftheland.com, where history's oldest promise meets humanity's future.